What's up?
What up, guys?
Wait, I did the wrong intro. What's up,
Oh, that's
guys?
Peter McKinnon from YouTube.
Did
So
you see somebody did a remake? You know how everybody like the not so big YouTubers, they do like a skit on the other YouTubers? Somebody did one of Peter McKinnon and he had this like funky hair, stupid long, like really lanky, dumb tattoo. He's like, "What's up, guys?"
no, I didn't see that one.
I gotta find it. I'll link it to it.
I watched this one YouTuber. I found 30-second clips. Remember, we like The Point. We like short videos. His name is Ian Klug. He makes parody videos, 30 seconds only, of like what's important, in
The Asian guy?
yeah.
The one that talks like this? Yeah, I talk like that? Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he does that, but yeah, so like he made one on Logan Paul's suicide thing, and he made one when one of the cops was shooting at this guy in a hotel room. So he kind of makes like whatever the controversial topic is, and he keeps it under 30 seconds. It's pretty funny.
I love his things because they're so short, and just like as much as I love these things.
Preserved olive.
It's an Asian thing.
All right. Well, so welcome back, guys, to Random Dudes Podcast. This is episode 31. If you don't know, we are live weekly. Check out the Two Random Dudes Podcast on YouTube. We're also on iTunes and Google Play. We're going to have a short podcast for you today.
We're everywhere. And soon we're going to have thumbnails, state-of-the-art thumbnails to come.
Yeah, our thumbnail game is kind of weak, so Jin's gonna be working on that. So we're gonna start this
week.
What?
I was trying to transition. Speaking of week, what is up with the Patriots?
Damn, getting right into it. Okay, we'll skip past a couple topics. Super Bowl. Yeah, that happened this weekend. Lots to talk about there. You got the game itself. You got halftime, the commercials. The game was...
After the game was probably the most, aside from the actual win, what happened afterwards in Philly is probably more significant, right?
We all knew that was going to happen.
Does it happen like every time, like when New York wins?
No. They say Philly fans are the craziest fans, so they knew it was going to happen because it was Philly, not just because in general. But I mean, they greased the lightning poles. Like, I don't know, do they do that in other towns? Like, so people don't climb it, but they still climb it anyways. Turn cars.
Wait, did they really grease the telephone poles?
Yeah.
No, like I heard that was because I read that too. But do you think it was really to the point where they really were greasing all the telephone poles?
I don't know about all, but yeah.
Well, they still managed to climb up them.
But what? Okay, what about the game? The game was pretty good. I mean, how many times have we seen?
Before we get into the game,
let's talk about everything else but the actual game. Let's talk about the game first.
Okay, it was fun.
I mean, how many times? Yeah. How many times did we think, okay, Patriots down, but they always come back? I would have doubled or nothing, but then right at the end, where the ball got dropped from right out of his hands. I mean, there was no coming back, but I thought he could have done it. I bet, as you know.
You did that?
I bet on the Patriots, and guess what Nikki did? Nikki, being a girl, I don't know.
Bet on Eagles?
She bet on the Eagles to like counteract the bet, and I'm like, we're not gonna win anything. So
well, depends. How much did she bet?
So she bet, and since they were underdog, we won more. So technically, I only lost like with what I bet and what she won. I lost like $5. So it's not bad at all because it's like I'll put 100 in, you put 100 back, and it's like it doesn't matter. So it worked out.
No, I have a betting story too. we watched it over at our friend Chad Sean's house, and first off, Chad was getting me to bet. He was like, "Yo, you should just make the bet," and I was like, "You know what? I've always rooted for the underdogs, so I'm going to continue to root for the underdogs." I said, "Let me throw $50 on the Eagles," and he was like, "The hell kind of bet is that? $50." He was like, "You're going to win like maybe 70, 80." I was like, "Okay, so I mean, like." He's like, "That's not a real bet, sir." So he goes and places a $400, no, 300,
600. The Snapchat
no,
said
no. He was betting like 300 or 400, and he
to
won
win 600.
Yeah. So basically, that's what he did. And he because of the way that he made fun of me, I said, forget it. I'm not gonna bet. But I was totally gonna bet on the Eagles. I was also gonna bet that it was gonna be a heads on the coin flip. I would have
Yeah, like prop bets.
Yeah. So anyway, but aside from not betting, I also lost big time because I ate like a freaking pig. Dude, like a pig. Did you?
Yeah, I saved my cheat meal, but I didn't eat like a pig. Pizza and wings. I guess that's bad, but I didn't go crazy.
Dude, pizza and wings is exactly what I had, but I also had like other funky appetizers from Shaw. I had flan. That's like it was insane the amount of food I had. I want to say, not that I count calories these days, but if I was to be counting calories, it'd be anywhere from 5 to 7,000 within that 3 hour window, easily. So our audience is like, so, well, what?
No, I'm still on that health gang. Dieting. I'm going to the
Gucci gang,
gym.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Let's see the biceps now since you've been dieting and
Boom.
damn. You have a license for those things, bro?
Yeah.
Are you even?
Going to Miami this weekend, bro. Boom, boom, boom.
Let me guess, you're gonna leave on Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great time to leave. It's like
Why?
the perfect day to leave. There's nothing going on that Friday. Not a single thing. So
What are you doing?
apparently not hanging out with you.
It's not. I purposely did this.
I mean, you knew. It's not like you didn't know.
No, actually, I didn't. It was a Christmas gift from Nikki. She planned this
Oh, it's the worst. Nikki knew, and she
months ago.
sabotaged. Shaking my head.
Don't you have Caden? So
Yeah.
you're not gonna do anything anyways.
Or I was gonna say, Caden, your ass is going to grandma's house, the Chinese grandma, the one that you don't care about.
What?
No, the one that he loves his grandma because he lives with her, and so he doesn't see my side of the family as much. So he would go there, and my mom would be speaking really poor English to him. He'd be like, "What the hell's going on?" That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, back to the game. So halftime, Justin Timberlake.
what'd you think?
I mean, I'm like, why did they pick him? I mean, I like him. No hate towards him, but I'm like, why him? And I feel like he did it with Janet Jackson already. Like, I don't know. So it played some of his new songs, his old songs. I'm not crazy about his newest songs. But my daughter was watching it. She loved it because he is Branch and Trolls, and then he ended with the song, Can't Stop the Feeling, and she loves it. So she was dancing to it. And then that made Nikki like relive, like, oh, I love Justin. Let's look for tickets. And again, he's gonna be in concert while we're in Miami. So yeah, overall, yeah, he was good, but I don't think it was like amazing. I was wondering why did they pick him, but he was all right.
So yeah, I think it was really good because you have to have some kind of amazing talent to be able to perform those dances and transition from song to playing the piano to dancing to like coordinating everything else. So to that end, respect to him. Hats off to him. His outfit though, what the hell was he wearing?
The camo
It
suit.
was like a
Which one?
cowboy from Tennessee that's trying to like I don't know, not the close from Salvation Army down there too. I don't know. It was just like he had like a little handkerchief thing.
I don't know.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
Did you see the meme? That little kid that said, "I just met Conor McGregor."
Oh, the one that was on his phone trying to take a selfie.
No, the one that
Uh,
was trying to Google who is Justin Timberlake.
yeah. No, that's it. Yeah. That's the kid. They totally like. There's thousands of them out. Like one I saw was, of course, I don't know how it popped up in mine, but it was like tries to take picture and gets the prompt, "Your iPhone is full. Need to upgrade iCloud storage."
No.
Yeah, there's a
But
ton of those.
how do you think he feels now? Like he's viral, but like all of his friends are probably like, "Hey there, Andy, you're so cool now." Well, not really. You got made fun of. You know, and he's probably like 11.
No, he's not being made fun of. They're just taking his picture and then doing. It's not him though. It could have been anybody.
No, but it was him that happened too. That went viral because
Yeah, but
everybody's
he
out there
also
already.
won.
Meanwhile, so look, JT's right here behind me, and I'm like,
No, I think wasn't he? He was the kid that took this. He got a selfie with him,
no, he
and
did, but the main meme was of him before it too. He, like everybody
probably
else had
like
to
getting ready, or maybe it was after they took the picture and sending it out. I mean, one, he's at the Super Bowl. How many kids get to go to the Super Bowl? I mean, a lot, but within the Super Bowl versus the world, right? And then how many of them got to be next to Justin Timberlake and take a picture?
We
A lot
know he's white and privileged. Okay, I'm not debating that.
of I actually recently, you know how you're like get deep into an internet hole and you end up in some article. I was just watching recently two internet articles where it was like, where are they now? The memes.
Yeah,
And actually, they love it. Like at first, it was a joke, or they were mad at their friend for posting that really ugly picture. But then it shows where they are now, and
fun.
not some of them launched and try to make themselves famous, and some of them just like laugh at it now and really like it. So I mean, maybe at first some of the kids might be mean about it, but I don't think. I think in the long run it'll be great, and probably overall there'll be more love than hate. The hate is like internet trolls, but his friends, he was at the Super Bowl. He was with Justin Timberlake. Like, that's amazing.
I think his friends would be like, we know he's a white privileged upper class American. So we knew he was going to be at the Super Bowl. We didn't think he would be embarrassing himself like that. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No, I don't think that. What about the commercials? What was your favorite commercial?
I guess not like it's my favorite because I didn't really care about, but that stupid Tide commercial. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, the Tide ones were doing really well. I think they were funny. My favorite was the Alexa, where she was sick, and then Jeff Bezos was in it.
Yeah,
You check.
no, Jeff. Oh, you just triggered my Alexa. It's
Well, change the wake word. I'm sure your TV triggers it every other day.
no,
Are you checking that message? Put your phone down.
no. I just ignored
Alexa,
it.
stop.
I really did. Yeah, you know who else is in there, right? Like there was a ton of celebrities in that commercial.
Yeah, I know. I saw it before it was live. Amazon had a preview on it on their app. But I like that one. Chris liked Tara Becky liked the Odell Beckham one. Dirty
Oh
Dancing.
God, that's stupid. How much money did they pay Odell and Eli to be like, listen, you guys do this?
Probably it was just for fun. You know, a lot of at least
At
for us,
first,
I'm a Giants fan. I mean, I'm here in New Jersey, New York. I like them, so I think I follow like Odell, and he likes to do funny, silly things, and it was good seeing New York on the TV.
I guess if you had to,
Throw
right?
your phone across the room. Throw it.
No, I can't because I got important stuff. I literally got to get going. This has to be a short podcast.
Oh my God. Can you not message me when you have 10 minutes then?
No, what I'm saying is we're going to just stick to the fact that it's going to be a short podcast. Yo, speaking of which, our super fan, one of our super fans, sent me this article. Tell me what you think. It's about yoga being, well, westernized, American, whatever, yoga. Like Williamsburg yoga or Princeton, whatever, all these yoga, like real famous yoga places, being racist. Mm-hmm. So white Americans that embrace yoga are racist. What do you think?
Okay. Why did I hear about that?
It was Greg that sent it.
You know what? I think I saw that on the news, but it might have been Fox News. But yeah, kind of like
what does that mean?
No, so I think I heard about it. It's kind of like, I guess, cultural appropriation, something like that, where it's like, oh, only black people can have dreads. Well, only white people should have yoga or something like that. And I was like, well, that's silly.
Well, it's what it is that the true yogis and the real yoga was from India, and it was open to everybody, the poor and everything like that. And so right now, if you're poor, you can't really go to like my yoga school and be like, yeah, I want to come and do yoga, 3 times a week. You can't do that. It's like $200 a month. And then if you can find a way to afford that, good luck trying to get like any type of yoga gear. Because if you go to Lululemon, it's like $150, and then you get these like all like this. Look, this a bunch of beads is $128, and then it broke, and I paid another $50. Actually, it was like $65 to have it fixed. So, yes, it is. In a way, I kind of agree, but in a way, it's just like, yeah, it's.
I mean, couldn't you though, like watch some YouTube videos and just put on sweats from your house if you really wanted to, taking out the money aspect?
Okay, but the equivalent of that would be like, yeah, if you really wanted to work out and be hardcore, why don't you just get yourself one of those weight machines or a treadmill? And what happens to the treadmill? It becomes a coat hanger.
No, well, you say get a treadmill. I mean, even that costs money. I'm just talking about if you wanted to do something and you didn't have money.
Right. You're saying, why don't you just go on YouTube, put it on your tablet, and then just do, whatever exercises. The reality of it is not many people can do that. Not to mention when it comes to yoga, there is a type of connection that you get, especially, well, for one, if it's hot yoga, you just can't do it because you have to be in that environment. And then not to mention the guidance that you get when you're live and in person is a little bit different. So, it's a different experience, man. That's what I'm saying.
But so what do you think about it? You're saying that only people with money can do yoga?
For the most part, yeah. In the part of New Jersey that I'm at, I haven't been able to find a yoga school that's like, don't worry, you don't have the money, come in, we'll just let you practice. Oh, you don't have the right attire, don't worry, we'll give you our all of our most expensive stuff. I guess they are charitable because that's the yogi way, right? They want to put the message out there that they do care about it and everything like that. But like, hey, listen, my gym membership is $20. I go to any gym. There is no way you're going to find a yoga school for $20. And think about it. What's inside a gym? Weights, machines. Mine's got massage chairs, massage beds. I can go tanning. What's in a yoga studio? Mats. Nothing, actually, because you have to bring your own mat. That's what I'm saying. So why is it, not to mention it's much smaller, so why is it that you have to pay on a bare minimum $150 a month to $200 a month? Because that information, that guidance, that spiritual connection.
That cult. That
basically.
I mean, honestly, you just said it right there. There's nothing there. You're paying for that. I mean, you're paying for the belief of that, just like CrossFit. You're
Well, no, CrossFit
literally
has a
doing
ton of money.
functional movements. You're stepping on a box. You know what I mean? But yet you pay double, triple what a gym membership costs because you're part of this community. You,
No,
it's
or
it's
no.
it's
We want to compare it to something that's not tangible. So I think maybe a comparable comparison would be like paying $1,000 to go see Tony Robbins, and what is he bringing to you? Motivation, and he does it with like thousands of other people that pay thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I think exactly that. They can tell you it's shit
Value.
on a stick, and if you want to pay for it because that's what you want to be a part of or believe in, then you will. If it's valuable to you, you'll pay for it no matter what the price is.
Yeah, it's the value that's established within that. So yeah. So what we've concluded is that yoga is expensive because it's worth it. All right.
So, oh, one thing I forgot to mention, they had HQ, your favorite game, during the halftime show. Their highest jackpot ever, $20,000. But it was very glitchy. There was like 2 million people on the live stream. Like that's the biggest live stream ever. 2 million people playing. I thought that was pretty cool. But of course, I didn't win.
How far'd you get?
I was probably one of my worst games. I don't know. It was really glitchy. That kind of added to it because you click something and then the question was gone. It
Stop
wasn't.
playing. You didn't know. Just admit it. What kind of food do people eat at baseball
No,
games?
one of the
Hot
questions I
dog?
think I lost on was who never performed at the Super Bowl. It was like James Brown, Van Halen, and like somebody else, and I guessed the wrong one. Who do you think it was?
Who? What? That's the Super Bowl?
Who never performed at Super Bowl halftime?
Give me those options.
James Brown, Van Halen, and Michael Jackson.
Van Halen? They're a rock band.
Yeah, Van Halen was the one. I don't know what the third choice was, but that was the one.
Oh, that just made sense because I don't think there's been any like hardcore rock band that's ever performed there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's my money? Give me my money.
20,000 Venmo. What oh, this weekend, why don't we talk about the water park? That was fun.
Yo, it was so lit.
We went to a water park, Coco Key, South Jersey. I got a Groupon. It was a good deal. It was worth the money we paid for it, but it wasn't great. You came on Friday, but Saturday was way more packed. It was just bananas. There was a lot of kids. A lot of them didn't have manners, like very rude. Just that's what kids do, right? They run around. So much splashing. There was more lines, you know. But it was colder. It was indoor water park, but it was colder than I thought. So that kind of
Wait, it was
sucked.
colder than Friday, you're saying?
No, I said it's colder than I thought for being an indoor water park.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? When I went with you on that Friday, it was a lot warmer than when we went, when Katie and I went, which was probably like a month and a half before. No, maybe like 2 or 3 months before that. No, wait. It hasn't been still in the winter, right? Yeah, so it's probably like 2 months before
Winter,
that.
yeah.
But when
And
we went,
it was smaller. It
either
was a
those late
smaller one.
fall. What?
I said it was a smaller water park than I thought, but I guess, like I said, you get what you pay for. I'd love to try Kalahari sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Kalahari would be a little bit different, but anyway, when Katie and I went a couple months back, the lazy river, I think it was just straight up cold. Like we stepped into it, we're like, whoa, forget this. So he just still ran around and did his thing, but it was much warmer on that Friday we went. And it wasn't as busy. It wasn't packed on that Friday. You know?
I mean, it wasn't bad. I'd do it again. It's not that far. It's cheap. You know, the kids have fun. But I probably would go in a warmer time, so it's not
or
cold.
go figure a way to go maybe on like a shit Tuesday or something, so that you don't go on a weekend. You know?
Well, in the winter, it's only open on the weekends.
Oh, really? Well, then you got no options. So then go on a Friday, because we know Fridays aren't as crazy. Or at least it wasn't.
I had 2 more topics here. I know you got to go do important stuff.
Actually, it's very important, but go ahead. Let's do these 2 topics.
We'll do the quick one. eBay news. Did you know I'm trying to sell old GPS, like
old wooden ship. TomTom? Garmin.
So I had this thing, like, I don't know, my first GPS was, I used to root my phone and hack it. And this was before GPSs were a thing. It was starting to come to phones. It was a paid service, and I was able to get it unlocked because I had a GPS chip in my phone, and I was able to unlock it and get it for free. And then they started coming out with devices, and these devices were like $400,000. And I got one of these devices. It was like awesome. And then it was like birthday gifts and Christmas gifts. And I think I bought it for a wedding present for my sister. Like, they were amazing. And they got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And then they kind of just disappeared because everybody got it on their phone and it was free. So I found it the other day. I'm cleaning out my car and I'm like, let me see how much this thing goes for. It's like nothing, dirt cheap. I think I put $10 shipping and it's listed at like $8, and like nobody wants to buy it. So I'm like, I don't want to throw it out because it's money, but it's junk. It's like, can I give it to somebody's grandmother or something?
No, you would confuse the crap out of them. Listen, that technology is ancient. It's not like it's updated, so the maps are probably wrong. If you gave it to somebody,
you can plug it in and update it.
Right. Okay. So then, if anything, you're better off doing that first. But I can reassure you that technology is not as good as the technology that's in your phone. And so if you were to try to sell it to some grandma, you're going to confuse them more. What is this?
No, because grandmas don't really have like iPhones. So it's just the standard way to do it. I don't know. I'm thinking, like, can I give it to like another country where they don't have these kind of things? I feel bad throwing it away, but honestly, it's not worth anything.
You should donate it to 1-800-CARS for kids. 1-800-CARS for kids.
Yeah, maybe I'll just give it to like Goodwill or something.
Imagine you go to like donate it. They like write you a letter back like, what is this? We're not this bad. We're not this poor. Take this. Don't offend us. They throw it back at you. They fine you for it.
I also just bought a bat band. So I got it for really cheap. I was really interested in it. It's this like headband that goes around your head but not on your ears, so you can listen to music without covering your ears. So you can
just like future earbuds.
Well, I don't know. I was really interested in it because you can hear your surroundings. I like that when I'm like riding my skateboard or even driving or whatever it may be. Just whatever you're doing, you want to have your ears clear and you want to listen to your own stuff.
This guy looks like he's I don't know what to make of this picture. He's like,
yeah. Here, how about him here? Look at his look. He's got the squinty eye, I'm a model look.
It's not any different. It's like, wait a second.
What is this girl doing? She's from the future over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is all stuff from the future.
So
she looks like a robot.
It was a Kickstarter. It did pretty well, and it finally got released. They were like $250 for these things.
How much?
So I put a bet in, and I'm getting it really cheap, like $50. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get it. And if I don't like it, I can resell it.
Is this what you got from Casey?
Yeah. So as I put the bet in, I'm looking at reviews and I'm seeing everything like it sucks. It sucks. So I go to like cancel my bet, or I hope I don't win. Guess what? I won.
Stop right there. Stop. Go back.
What?
Go one. stop right there. Oh, you
I
can't
can't
stop it?
stop. It's an animation. It's like a.
He looks like he's like constipated right there. The second one, right there.
How
Constipated.
about this one?
Look, why do they have to? Listen, every time we do a demo and we take a picture, you guys have to make a very like matter of fact face. Like, all right, I'm gonna put these headset on.
So, yeah, even Lou reviewed it from Unbox Therapy. So,
Look
after
at
I'm
what.
like, oh, it's not that great.
Go back to Lou's
So
thing. That thumbnail. It clearly says, "Don't buy it." Gio's like, "Oh,
don't buy unless. Oh, unless.
you go ahead, click into it. See if you're the unless. Unless you're an idiot."
No, I already watched it. So let me just finish my. So I already watched it, and basically I'm like, okay, let me stop my bet. Maybe I didn't win. Of course I won. So now I own this thing, but I got it for really cheap. So I'm going to put it back up. And even if I make money, it's going to cost me the eBay fees and stuff. So, I'm just going to probably sell it, but it was like an impulse purchase buy, but I thought that was funny. So you go from something that, was cost a lot, now it doesn't have any value, and now I'm buying something that costs a lot, but now it doesn't have I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
You haven't even received it yet. You don't even want it, and you're already talking about reselling it.
Yeah, because I put my bid in, but then I said at the worst case I could resell it. Even if when I said I wanted it, like I want it, I could try it. I can make a video about it, put it on my YouTube channel. So I was like, I'll make money on it regardless because I'm buying it for less than what it's worth. But I don't know. I thought those were pretty funny updates from my eBay news. No, okay.
Well, I will say, my confidence in eBay has been restored thanks recently to a transaction that I made. So it was weird. I ordered something. Oh, I'll show you. I ordered mag mods from eBay.
Talked about it last.
Yeah.
Let me guess. They weren't the price that they should have been. They were cheaper. That means they were fake.
No. These were real, and he had a buy it now price, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll throw the price in there. So I ended up
best offer price.
Exactly. So I bought it through best offer price, and I was like, hey, I really want to test these out for a shoot. Is there any way you can have them in by Wednesday? And I think it was like on a Saturday. He was like, yeah, it's going to go out Monday. Sure enough, I received it Wednesday morning. It failed. Hold on. Boom, there we go. But these things are legit because, all right, so for one, this gelling thing used to be a pain in the butt because it used to be just the gel. And what you would do is you would take the gel and tape it onto your flash, and then you would have to Velcro that together. So now with this newer technology, not that it's crazy technology, but it is patent pending, boom, that's it. Now the gel's on there. You got this grid. And then the cool thing is you can put them together. Well, the magnets have to be. And it becomes one blue grid. And then you can also put other attachments onto it. But anyway, yeah, so it was just a positive experience working with eBay. So it's been a long time since I left feedback.
Working with eBay or the seller?
Well, the seller, but eBay is the channel, right?
Yeah, no, I thought you meant eBay, like the company, good experience because you had to go through customer support. You mean just a good experience? Yeah,
just good experience working with them to the point where I ordered a couple other things from China, knowing that it's going to take me a month or so to receive it. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to use eBay for what it is, but I would never sell on there just because I do a lot of my selling on Facebook Marketplace. There's no fees. It's all I keep it local, and with photography items, it's pretty easy to flip, especially if you don't care about that much about retaining some type of profit, So, yeah.
Yeah, I use eBay last myself. I use Craigslist or Let Go. I've used Swappa. Yeah, eBay's the last because they take too many fees, but you have a larger audience. You have international, You have, nationwide. So you have a larger audience, but they take a ton of fees.
And that's the problem with them, is that between that and the fact that you pay pretty much like retail, whatever that item would cost. Like when it comes to like bidding, and then the whole entire bidding, don't even getting started. Because it's like, listen, I want to get this item, but I have to wait because I have to bid on it.
No,
And then you're like, okay,
you can do a buy it now.
Yeah, but
that's
then pricing is never. It's very similar
because auction is never the real pricing either. It's 1 cent for a Cadillac. Of course not.
But it's marginal.
What?
It's marginal in terms of how much you'd be saving on eBay, and then the shipping thing was always a big deal breaker for me. But especially compared to Amazon, but because I had such a positive experience with this guy, I'm willing to accept certain things, So anyway, that's that.
Next topic.
No, I think we're done. Are we?
I had one more. It was actually the only topic I had until I did some research and put some other topics on. It came up a lot for me last week. It was really big, and I'll tell you how it came about. And you already know probably what I'm going to talk about because I talked to you about it too. Parenting or disciplining or anything in that realm.
Beat your kids.
What?
Tony Russell Peters, beat your kids.
Beat your kids. Yeah. No. I had a conversation with 3 different groups of people in the same week. I would almost say same day. So it was just funny that it came up in so many different places with so many different people, and it came up in 3 different ways. I would say one of the groups, it came up because I had posted, I put my daughter in timeout, and a lot of people were, looking at
it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a timeout.
No, but I got a lot. I put snaps up every day. You're in this group as well on Snapchat. And, every once in a while I get how cute. But the timeout snap, I got so much feedback for. Like, what'd you do? Oh my God. No, what'd you, all this stuff. So it became a conversation there. I was talking at work with some coworkers. Became a conversation there. We were talking, you and I and somebody else were talking, and it came a conversation there. I mean, it stemmed from YouTube videos and stuff. So it was just a really big topic that came up, and I was like, oh, perfect topic for the podcast. Because, you and I have talked about it, but what about other people? What do they think? Disciplining. I personally think, people think I'm strict. I do a lot of timeouts, whatever it is, but I think maybe people aren't strict enough. And I wanted to see what other people think. What do they do? I think this culture, the people today, they're very PC. They're now I'm not saying beat your kids, but I don't think they do it enough. Discipline, parenting.
My ass got beat. I think we should.
Yeah, I got the belt. If you're listening, Mom and Dad, well, Dad, I should say, Dad gave me the belt. But I mean,
wait. So does that mean your mom didn't beat you?
I don't know if my mom did it. She might have did it once or twice. I was so little. I have a bad memory.
Remember, it's from Papa Pelletieri.
Yeah, because I live with him. I was with my mom less, and it was always oh, I didn't see her as much, so that it was more fun, and we'd do things that was fun, so I wouldn't get in trouble as much. But we're not around as much, so I wouldn't get in trouble at that point. So maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know. But one of the things that I noticed too was it's harder, obviously, to co-parent. If the husband and the wife don't agree or whatever, or if their parents live with them. So then you got the grandparents versus the parents kind of argument of how to raise the kid. So I seen a lot of that going on. Another conversation I had was about like cultures, right? Indian versus Asian versus white. So everybody grows up differently and they do different things. So it was just, I don't know, it's a good learning experience too to see how other people do things, because you were raised a certain way and you kind of want to raise your kid like that. So it was kind of interesting to see like how other people, and when I was like so left field from other people and they were like looking at me like I was crazy, but then on the other hand I might be looking at them like they were crazy. So I don't know, it's really interesting, and I wanted to like bring that up and kind of like talk about that and see, you know, what people thought.
Yeah, I think they should tweet you.
Tweet me at They Call Me Geo. Let me know. Should we still hit our kids? Should we put them in timeout? Should we, you know, just let them be kids?
I want to see you snapping when Gigi actually, like, take Snapchats of Gigi when she actually does something, and then follow up with like, listen, Gigi, you know that's wrong. Now bend your butt over.
No, the punishment is the timeout, but after the timeout, we do have those discussions. And she, like, you know, realizes what she did and she's sorry and she hugs. That, you know, she'll keep doing it, right? Because like I said, I don't
They
know
don't
if I
learn.
didn't say that. Yeah, I said, you know, if you're teaching your kid please and thank you, you don't say it the first time to them when they're 1, 2 years old and they remember it and they always say it. You have to say, hey, what do you say? Say please, say thank you, give them a hug. So you have to teach them and say that over and over and over. Same thing with disciplining. If they hit, if they bite, if they don't listen, to do it over and over and over again, so that they are raised with values and that, you know, they grow up to be good people, because you don't want your kid to be like the little shit. You don't want, yeah, the little shit like, oh, this kid, like, you know, even at the water park, I don't know. I don't know these kids. I don't know how they are in their regular life, but I don't know, you know, the splashing, the hitting, they were tripping, they didn't care. They didn't care. Like, you know, some of them, they would apologize. They would, oh, sorry, I didn't. So you could tell the difference, like that it wasn't just, oh, all kids are like that. Cause some of them were like, you know, they would go out of your way. Oh no, you first, or hold the door, or they would oh, they kicked you by accident. They'd be like, I'm sorry, are you okay? You know, so it's not all kids, cause you could see the difference. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want my kid to be that kid that grows up that everybody's like, oh, this one's rude, or she's the bully, or whatever it is. So that's why I'm trying to like curb that now.
I support it. I support the beating.
The beating? What do you mean
Or
by beating?
the reprimanding.
The reprimanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's all I had.
Cool. I wanted to talk a little bit more, but I really do have to get going. Logan Paul. I mean, Jake Paul. Wait, that's his brother. Either way, he's back.
Yeah, he's back. Did you hear about his fake his second parachute? Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, whatever. It's, you know what? Let's not even
tell them what it is, because they don't know. So went through the whole suicide thing. He had to go through PR. He met with suicide people. He knows it's not a joke now. And his first vlog back, you know, they're always high energy and stuff. And now it's about
selling merch.
You know,
first vlog back, he's selling merch.
Yeah, that's how he makes money. He's not making YouTube money anymore with the ads. You know, making a lot less YouTube money, I should say. But yeah, his parachute didn't work in a skydive. He had to pull the second one. PewDiePie called him out. He's like, I don't know. I think that was set up. I think it was fake. So you know, it makes you think sometimes. It's so coincidental. Now it's your life instead of their lives that we're talking about. And he's like, oh, it happened for a reason. And he met with Michael from the Good Morning America, and he got through a lot of softballs. It's just trying to get his image back on track. I don't know.
All right, let's just end it at that.
Okay. You brought it up. I thought you wanted to talk about it.
No, there's really not much I want to talk about that. It's just because it's like, I just wanted to bring it up just to let you know that happened, and that's it. Just like, it wasn't too thrilling. I started watching it, and then I was like, I can't watch his vlogs. They're just too much. Just boo, blah, boo, blah, 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 blah. Just too much for me. I'm old. I'm too old for this stuff. I do appreciate the editing, though. I do appreciate that. because you know it takes.
I do appreciate the hustle, the grind, the marketing.
Yeah.
They got good business sense.
Figures ways to market to those little kitties. So, all right, man. Let's be out on that note.
All right. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
See you next week, guys.
Later.